So for this video, we're mixing vocals like SoFaygo. All I ask is that you smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get straight to the mix.
My foot on the yes, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in their place. Running again like there is no debate. Running shit back, I got something to say. Running shit back, I got something to say. When you doing the most, all these people gon' hate. So I pray to God, let them out of my way.
So for vocals like SoFaygo, you know you gotta add that auto tune. I went ahead and I just put this to auto, retune speed to 6, humanize to 3. Next, you know I had to go on my SSL channel strip, which I started with my vocal 2 preset that I made personally, and I end up just going to this 8K, increasing up to about 1.6 dB with a high pass to about 118. I only added about 0.2 dB to about 3.5K, and I made this more wider. Next, I took out 3 dB around the 34 Hertz. And then I took another 3 dB around a 340. Next, I took this ratio to about 6, this release to about 1.2 dB, and then this threshold to about -16 dB. And let's listen to the auto tune in this SSL channel on and off, and let's see what we got.
My foot on the yes, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in their place. Running again like there is no debate. My foot on the yes, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in their place. Running again like there is no debate.
So you hear that auto tune in the SSL channel really just brought like a lot of life into the mix, just like completely. That SSL channel strip is really like a cheat code when it comes to just honing into that vocal and figuring out the problems and increasing, you know, everything that you want to increase and decrease whatever you want to, you know. Next, I added this gorilla drive, which this is just really like subtle. All I did was just take this to about 0.5%. I don't even know if you can really hear it. I just feel like it was just a nice little touch just to add. And for these type of vocals, I did think that the Nuo U2A was like a perfect compressor to use, so I just went ahead and just took this peak to about 13%, this drive to about 7.5%, and I got this gain to about 32%. Now with this one, I ended up taking this aging to about 11%. I didn't get it all the way new like I usually would. I wanted to give it some grittiness, and I kept this recovery, I believe, like where it's at default at 50%. So let's listen to this gorilla drive and this Nuo just on and off, and let's just see what this did to the mix.
My foot on the yes, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in their place. Running again like there is no debate. My foot on the yes, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in their place. Running again like there is no debate.
So big difference. You see that that Nuo just brought it to life. Now for this virtual mix rack, I only added the revival, which I just wanted to give it some clarity at like 5%. I might have added any thickness, so that's all I really did with this virtual mix rack. Pretty much just giving it some top end. Next, I went with the C4, and I ended up going to the Pensado startup preset, and honestly I kept it exactly where it's at. I could have just decreased this a little bit if I wanted to, but again, I liked exactly where it's at, so I didn't touch anything exactly on this preset. I used it as is, but what I did just to tame it, I went ahead and I used this RVox, which is RVox is at just 3.5%. Again, this is just to kind of like tame what I did with that multi-band compressor, but also still give that vocal some more presence. So I'm gonna actually turn these on and off, and then you're gonna be able to hear just exactly like what this did to the vocal.
My foot on the yes, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in their place. Running again like there is no debate. My foot on the yes, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in their place. Running again like there is no debate.
So you see that just gave that vocal what it needed to shine and cut through that mix. Now my de-esser choice again was just the Waves de-esser. I went ahead and just took this to about 7500 Hertz onto about 17%. Next I went with the EQ, the XEQ2, which all I did was just take out around 1 dB around 300, and I took out 2 dB around 480. Now this EQ is pretty subtle, but I'm gonna go ahead and just turn this on and off just so you can actually give this a listen, just so you can see exactly what this EQ did. And then just to top it off, I ended up just going to one of my favorite presets from Soothe, to where I just went to this harsh Vox start. Pretty much just, I usually take this down a little bit so it's not taking so much of this 3K frequency range, but I do want it to hit around like this 11K. So I ended up just going around here so I can tame some of this. Took the depth to about 7%, and I took the mix down to about 70%, just so it just wasn't hitting like full throttle. So just with the Soothe and that EQ, let's just give that a listen.
My foot on the yes, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in their place. place. Running again like there is no debate. Running my foot on the yash, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in place. Running again like there is no debate.
To me, that really just made everything so smooth. It just sat right into that 2-track instrumental. Like, it really sat into the 2-track instrumental. When you really like give that a listen, it really just did its job the way it needed to. And I know y'all probably wondering what reverb I use. This is my go-to preset, bright plate from the LX480 Essentials. I still want to get the big boy one, but for now we still just rocking the Essentials. Whatever works. So I'm still just going with the Essentials version, but eventually we'll upgrade. And then for the delay, we ended up just going with my favorite Valhalla delay, which is on BB duck mode. We have the feedback to about around 50%. Took this low to around 650. But what I ended up doing with this was just taking this stereo image, just making everything a little bit more wider with the delays.
My foot on the yash, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in place. Running again like there is no debate. Running my foot on the yash, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in place. Running again like there is no debate.
And to be honest, that's all you need to get an industry sound like SoFaygo. Just adding some flavor and making sure that you're just moving frequencies around the 2-track instrumental that you may be working on, or just the beat. It's all about frequencies and just arranging everything. So just keep that in mind, and it's always about style and taste. Just know what you're going for when you're mixing. Other than that, I hope that this video helped you. If it did, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And again, if you want to work, you can book me at mixbyl.com. Let's get to it.
My foot on the yash, I ain't taking a break. Step on my foes, I'll be making them pay. Hating on me, putting back in place. Running again like there is no debate. Running shit back, I got something to say. Running shit back, I got something to say. When you're doing the most, all these people gon' hate. So I pray to God, let them out of my way.